when I don't see my breath anymore. It's going to be a while. We want to make sure that he's in good shape, ready to go. We'll bring him along. We did this last year with Eric Hosmer as well. We'll do it with some of our veterans. We have a game tomorrow, which is, in a sense, crazy. We've had 2 days on the field as a full squad, so you won't even see a large number of our more marquee names in the lineup tomorrow. I hope that doesn't kill ticket sales here in Peoria. That's probably not what they want to hear. In Manny's case, he's going to get batting practice, he's going to get ground balls. We're going to progress him along. When we feel like he's ready to go, we'll make that determination. But right now, I told him all those kind of questions we'll answer in time. He needs to just enjoy this day. This day doesn't come around very often, and to be able to sign the contract he signed and to celebrate it today, that's where his focus needs to be for today. We'll turn it to winning baseball games tomorrow.
Ground balls today?
No. Only if you got to get some rain boots on out there. And it's bad for everybody. Where he won't be on the field for anything other than maybe playing catch at some point in time today.
I asked some of the players as they were watching what they felt like, and they said it was so loud in the locker room because they were so excited watching the press conference that they couldn't really hear a lot of it. So what is your response to that, knowing that your players are also excited about this acquisition?
Yeah, it galvanizes the club. I think those guys in there, they all love San Diego. They love the city they represent, and they want to do something special. And it takes special talent to win in the major leagues, and we added a special talent today. And you can have all the heart in the world. You can go compete as hard as you possibly can, which I feel really good about the way the guys have done that the last few years. But to add a talent that elevates everybody else, that lets them know how serious ownership is, they want to do something special for the city, and they're claiming the city, and they're hungry to do it, and I think those guys are ready to win baseball games.
What does it potentially mean long term whenever Fernando Tatis arrives, on a couple levels? One, having the confidence of having a third baseman on your side of the infield, a guy he clearly knows. He said that. Just thinking about him in terms of Manny Machado said in the offseason he wanted to play shortstop, his willingness to potentially play third, all those things line up. How does that benefit potentially Fernando?
The more established players you can have in a lineup every day, the easier it makes it for young guys to acclimate, the less pressure they have to assume because there's real bats in the middle of the lineup. And then defensively on the field, Manny's always been an incredibly instinctual player. He's got great feel for the game. To have somebody next to you that has that, that's one of the attributes we value in Fernando. To have somebody out there that has those same type of instincts, that same type of feel, that's going to push him along a lot faster sometimes than coaches can. You listen to your teammates so well, and especially teammates that have been very, very good and four-time All-Stars, and you got real guys in the clubhouse right now for our young guys to learn from. And if it's Luis Urias next to him at the beginning of the year, if it's Greg Garcia, we don't have that answer right now. But all of those guys are going to benefit. We'll collectively benefit from having Manny in the lineup.
How do you compare that much with him? What stands out about his personality and who he is?
Yeah, I thought I snuck away for that lunch and y'all didn't catch it, but somebody figured it out. He's soft-spoken, an authentic humility to him that you don't necessarily always expect. If I was the center of the world from 19 onward and a four-time All-Star and won Gold Gloves, the soft-spoken nature you don't expect in people sometimes, and I really appreciated that. I really enjoyed the time with his wife, and they're a couple that wants to feel like they're part of a family and part of something bigger than themselves. And I think AJ and ownership did a tremendous job in letting them feel that. And yet other really nice offers out on the table, but that family atmosphere, the feel that our ownership had given them, the feel that AJ had given them, that's what they really wanted. So their family, they cared deeply about their family, and they chose to leave a brother-in-law, in his case, in Chicago, to come be a part of the Padre family, because I think he really was motivated when he started talking about doing something that's never been done before. That's a World Series in San Diego, and so I think that motivated Eric Hosmer last year. It motivates a lot of guys in that clubhouse right now, and they recognize there's nothing more special than bringing something to a city they've never had before, and that's where this is headed.
Is there anything that he said to you in that luncheon or maybe one of your meetings that jumped out at you, that maybe showed a level of baseball IQ?
He's got great feel. He didn't have to impress me in an hour and a half sit-down conversation with what he sees on the field or what he does on the field, but he's I've talked to enough people. We've collectively talked to enough people. You ask as many questions as you can. You check in with everybody that knows somebody really well. And what came back from managers that had him, players that play with him, is an incredible instinctual feel for the game of baseball, and plays with that every day.
In that hour and a half, did you guys talk about third base at all? Just get any insight there into his thinking?
I think a lot of that was already established from previous conversations AJ had with him and his representation, kind of the understanding that that's where we felt he fit best on the team, and his willingness to look at our club and say, man, it makes sense. It'll make us a winning ball club for a long time. And I think you appreciate that type of response, that it's about winning, and that he'll do whatever it takes to do that.
Without Manny, it was kind of fair to expect some of these young hitters to advance the capabilities of this lineup. What could the lineup be like with him in it, and just, I guess, what's it capable of?
Yeah, it's, you're getting to a point where you feel like you got enough horses to go beat anybody. And that lineup has some length and has some power in it right now, and I think we're excited about that. We also recognize you got to still approach the season hungry and humble at the same time, because we still haven't done anything on a baseball field. We signed somebody. That's great for ownership, great for AJ, for us in the clubhouse right now. It's about going out and getting ready to win.
That being said, do you now feel extra pressure on you to win in a much accelerated manner?
Yeah, I really don't care about the external pressure. I've applied enough to myself in my life, and everybody in that clubhouse applies it to themselves to be great every day. You're going to be judged your entire life. Manny's going to be judged. Eric's going to be judged. Every one of these players lives with being judged. If I can't live with it in my seat, then I'm not modeling well for them what that looks like. So I really doesn't affect or bother me. You just accept it for part of the responsibility for getting the opportunity to do something so special.